What is up, everybody? Center Cut Golf coming at you. Today, we got the Flightscope X3. This is going to be a video, everything you need to know on the Flightscope X3, what you should expect, what it does, all the questions answered, and I'm going to bring it to you. Hope you enjoy. Chipping and putting. Does it work better than the Mevo Plus? Yes, absolutely, 100% it performs better than the Mevo Plus on both factors, chipping and putting. So if you're in the market for a professional launch monitor, data tracker, whatever you want to call these things, look no further than the Flightscope X3. It is everything that the Trackman is, but it's for half the price. And for credential reasons, I am a playing professional and also owner of Abilene Golf Studio here in Abilene, Texas. As you can see behind me, we got a little bit of a setup. Still new to the business on the simulator business, but not new to the data that the Flightscope X3 brings you. So a couple things that I want to touch on real quick before we get started are a couple reasons why we choose Flightscope. First, you're going to notice in the video how quick the ball responds. We really think that for simulation purposes, it creates a much more enjoyable experience for our customers. The ball is almost immediate when you hit it. The other thing is, it will run GS Pro in E6 software, which is a huge plus. One other really cool thing about Flightscope is they use one app to connect all their devices. So if you have a Mevo Plus, or the X3, it is one app in the settings that does everything. Obviously the Mevo is a little bit different because it just gives you a couple challenge modes, but you can still get all the data you need with that as well. One app, all three devices, super freaking cool. Now this unit probably isn't for everybody, but I'm gonna give you the details on it, on why I believe that it's better than Trackman. And it's not just the price, it performs just as good. One thing to note real quick is you can see we have nowhere near the ideal setup for these things, and it performs absolutely outstanding. I'm gonna go through really quick and show you what the Flightscope looks like on a tablet as far as their app goes. They do have PC version, which is super cool. You do have to pay for the PC version. We probably will at some point, but as of right now, I'm gonna show you on the Flightscope app. So one thing that you will need to do, you will need to create a Flightscope account, which is free. You're gonna go to settings, radar type, or radar settings, radar type. And this is where you're gonna be able to choose either one. So we're gonna connect to the X3, apply, and it's gonna restart the whole thing and shoot you whatever programs are available to that. So one really cool feature about this, now that we're connected to the X3, is based on what session you tell it to do, it is gonna automatically readjust its tilt to give you the best reading possible. So what you just saw was for a full swing. Now let's go to a putting session. Start new session. And it already adjusted so that you can go on and putt. All right, for this one, we're gonna take you to full session, full swing session, start new session. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like when you hit a ball with the Flightscope X3.
Carry is 132.0 yards.
That was a very chunky toe-ish 7-iron. Oh, yep, right there, you're gonna see. One cool thing about the X3 is you get the face impact, and as you can see, it was absolutely atrocious, which is info that we wanna know when it comes to this stuff, if you're a teacher or a professional. Let's try to actually hit one decent. There we go.
Carry is 144.4 yards.
That was a lot better.
Ready.
Getting closer to the center of the club. This is kind of what the app looks like when you're just hitting balls on the driving range. You can select like things like follow the ball. You can go replay. It does a lot of cool things that are very interesting. One thing to note, we are using RCT balls, which is a setting right there. Definitely need to change that to RCT balls when you're indoor. I highly recommend using RCT balls. They work absolutely awesome, and you can't go wrong with those. So you can go to this screen that's called Review Sessions, and you're gonna be able to see anything you've done. Right here, you're gonna see, it says Lobwitch because I didn't change the club, but it shows 3 shots, and you're gonna be able to review those 3 shots. Just like that. That was shot 3, shot 2, and shot 1. So pretty cool. So one of the big things as a consumer that I was worried about was the fact that, does it actually read the short chips and putting better than the Mevo Plus? They definitely do, and it's so on our instance, when you have a business like this, our goal is to create a simulation experience for people to get to experience playing courses that they can't play otherwise, no matter the weather. But we also want to offer our customers, our members, we're doing members and customers, we also want to offer them a sense of security when it comes to, is the data accurate? Are they using a professional, launch monitor? And the X3 does exactly that. This system will give you everything that a Trackman will give you for a fraction of the cost. So you can do 2 bays at the price of 1 when you're talking the unit itself. Yes, 12,000 is steep, but in the golf industry, this thing is an absolute beast, and I'm super excited to be using it here, and hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this gave you a little bit more info about the unit, how we're using it, how it's helped us out a little bit, kind of what our goal is with it. It's been fun having it, and look forward to getting even more used to it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit up the comments. I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. I know there's not a lot of info on this unit out there. Another reason why we got this thing in here is to help people like you, who are people like us to start with, that didn't have, I didn't know if it worked with software. I didn't know if the chipping and putting would actually read better. And it definitely does. So if you're looking at an upgrade from the Mevo Plus and you're thinking about the Flightscope X3, you don't want to spend the money on a Trackman, the X3 is the perfect unit for you. For the most part so far, we've used it on GS Pro, which is what you see in the background. It's just on the range. And then the other second bay is just a Flightscope Mevo. The Flightscope Mevo is a great tool. It's a great little simulator. It works really good now that they switched to RCT balls. If you're opening up a business like this, the X3 is probably what you should get.